Hi everyone, my name is Rayon and welcome to the RE-Raytor series. Today we'll be creating montage. There are many types of montage. You have digital montage and you have physical montage. Alright, here's an idea for creating digital montage. So to create a digital montage, you'll actually need a phone. If you don't have a phone, what you can use is a tablet. There are many brands of tablet on the market. Preferably use the one that is closest to you. Then what you'll need, you're going to be needing your glue. Preferably stick to white glue. Keep away from epoxy glue. This is the latest brand that they have on the market, so I decided to give it a try. The stick glue. Then you'll need a marker or a pen. Not certain if you're going to be using this today, right? You're going to be needing a nice little pen, of course, right? You can have your brails, okay? You'll need pliers just in case you want to move around the papers, right, when you're organizing them for the physical montage, right? And of course you'll need a scissors to do your cutting. And most importantly, you can find many resources in your own environment that you can actually use to create a wonderful work of art, right? These different materials range differently in creating montages, right? One of the most commonly used material is newspaper. So today we're going to be trying out the physical montage, right? So before we get into any further business, let us try to find be inspired by some image in the newspaper, right? Don't have to be fancy. And since you're creating a photo montage idea, right, you want to try to find some photo in the newspaper that is reflecting. Here we go. So we find an image here. All right. So the first thing we do, so we're gonna try to, now that we have an image, we're gonna try to remove the image by using a scissors, right? So you get your scissors and you cut. And you want to ensure that when you're cutting, you stay wide away from the image as much as possible. Alright, because we don't want to damage the image. Most persons would like to create a portrait montage of themselves because they prefer to use images that reflects themselves than images from the newspaper, right? So now that we have our image well cut, right, next thing we're going to be creating, you're going to be drawing a shape, right, onto the paper, just to ensure that you have everything under control. So you're going to be using a pen, mechanical pencil, and you're just going to make an organic shape, right, just to ensure that you have a nice space prepared to put or place your model. So here's a closer look on the organic shape. Nothing fancy, just a little shape that you would like. You hope that the photo would actually fit. The next thing, you want to create something like another shape here, just to try to fit something else in it, because remember, it's an idea. So you're creating an idea montage, right? But this is the physical one, not the one that you do on the computer, right? So we get this, and we want not to try to mix it up with collage, because they are two different things, right? So now that we have our idea of the shape on the paper, next we want to get a bit closer on into the shape of the model, right? And so we tend to cut just to neat it up a bit more, as much as possible, or to your likings, right? Just enough to fit into the shape on the paper that you created. Okay? So when you're cutting, you want to ensure that you start wide, and then you go in a bit closer as time goes on, right? Here we go. So now that we have our photo here, the next thing to do is to ensure that you have the areas measured out properly on the paper. Fits quite perfect, right? So now what we're going to be doing, we're going to be organizing this one photo so that we can paste it up. So I'm going to cut this part in half, right? And then I want to cut this image into 3 parts so I can organize it on the paper, right? And then we're going to cut the top half, and so we have the top, the middle, and the lower half, right? And then we're going to organize it. You're going to organize it in such a way that it gives a wonderful idea, right? Not to put it back exactly as though it was before, but to try to put it together in such a way that it creates a unique look that is of its own when you're creating a physical montage, right? And bear in mind to use the shape on the paper, right? So now it's time for us to get our glue, right? So before we get our glue, we want to ensure that we can manipulate the pliers here. Hold. So purpose of this plier is to ensure that you have the image flipping front and back, and it's very easy to lay down, right? So this technique is called pasting up. So we don't want to paste on the area that we are creating the photo. We want to take it aside, then we apply the glue to the side on a different paper, and we want to ensure that we go into the direction that the paper don't go up or down, right? So take our pliers here, flip it over, manipulate it, and we paste it right there. First step. Okay, there you go. So we have the first half of our image paste down. Next we want to get the middle half, right? So we're gonna apply the glue again. Right? Then we're gonna apply it in such a way that it's unique, its own. There we go. Sometimes it's just best to use your fingers when you're doing this, but you ensure that you keep yourself safe, because the material that you're using is also can also be toxic at times. Newspaper, right? So we have a next part, which is the lower half. So we're going to put glue on the back of this lower half, which is the final piece to complete the physical montage. Please bear in mind that a physical montage can also be a self-portrait of yourself, right? By using images of your own. So we want to paste this up, right? We're going to paste it to let it look a bit slantish. It's just to move around. It's nothing fancy. It's just to move around the images or the halves on the paper to see what fits your style, or you know, how best it looks for you, right? So we paste it there, and you can see how it looks before and now how it looks after, right? Here we go. So we have a wonderful photo montage, right? So our next step now, if you want to upgrade this to a digital montage, you simply take your tablet, right? Here you go. I have the tablet. Okay, let me just apply the code. So after you have your tablet, you have your tablet here. What you want to do is to take some different pictures, alright? And you can do this not with a physical image, but you can do this, you can not with a digital image like this one, because this one was digitally printed, right? But you can use a physical model to take an actual, or you can ask somebody to take the pictures for you, right? So when you take the someone take the pictures for you, right, you can actually use them using the tablet by using another application, right, that is available in the App Store. So it's better for you to organize, right? Or you can actually use something they call Photoshop. Go into Photoshop, and then you can do your editing from there. So let us get a couple pictures to see how this thing works, right? So first we're going to be going into camera. Open the camera. Then what is going to happen here, right? We're going to be taking some pictures of the model in different perspective, and this can also be done digitally. So you can take pictures of digital images that were already printed before in different perspective, some close up, some far back, some in a different angle, until you get different perspective of the same image, right? And then what you'll do is to reorganize these images in a software such as PowerPoint, right? Go on to the slides. When you go on to the slides, you simply add these images in different perspective. So what I have done is to take a couple pictures. Here they are in different perspective, right? And then these pictures will now be printed off digitally for you to reorganize them again in a different way. Or you can keep them on the same device, which is this one, and then get a software such as PS. Go into PS, right? And if you want more models or styles of this same image, you go into edit, select a photo, which is any one of these here, right? Then you click on edit. Then it will take you to the editing forum, and then from here you'll choose any one of these that are available, right, in different colors. Doesn't change the position of the image, but what it can do is to metamorphosize the color into a different way, so you can have a different view on the actual work that you're doing. Alright, so that's it for today on Raytor. Thank you for tuning in. Please subscribe and like our videos so that we can serve you better. Until then, I am Rayon Edwards.